Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Monday morning, which means another staking coins and Masternodes update video. And just a couple of things to run over before we get started with the results. Firstly, it's been a pretty manic few weeks, as I mentioned in last week's video. Hopefully that's getting a little bit more back to normal this week. So I've got some more videos planned for this week. Hopefully I'll get back to a more even and reliable kind of video distribution kind of schedule. So I've got two more videos planned this week. Hopefully we'll get back to a little bit of normality in the next couple of weeks. The only other changes this week, so I sold a few coins. I sold some Akroma when it spiked up in price a little bit earlier in the week, and I sold just a tiny bit of Syndicate. I was actually selling some Syndicate when the price spiked from another kind of another masternode that's not listed here. It's something outside this kind of experiment, and I needed a few more in order to meet the minimum exchange kind of fees on an exchange. So sold a few Syndicate, a few Akroma this last week. Nothing else has really changed. I have a new coin that I'm planning to add in probably 2 or 3 weeks called Helix. I did a video on how to mine it a few weeks ago, so that will be entering its proof of stake phase I think probably in 2 or 3 weeks, so I'll be adding that. What my plan to do with that is to stake it for probably 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month, something like that. So I'll probably stake for a month, have a look at the return on investment and the staking rewards, and then probably I will set up a masternode. So I'll probably acquire a few more coins then and set up a masternode, so we can compare how staking and masternodes results compare with that coin. So that will happen in 2 or 3 weeks. Apart from that, no big changes this week. So let's jump directly into the results. So starting at the top, NavCoin, poor week for Nav, just 1.41 coins worth 49 cents. We've had a couple of poor weeks for Nav. The Nav Pi does seem to be running okay, so I think, you know, just a bit of variation really in the network and in the returns. There, Syndicate, decent week as always, 102 coins worth $5.62. Neutron, just one stake worth 11 cents. It must be noted that about 3 days ago I sold 3,000 of these Neutron when the price was a little bit kind of higher, and I'm planning to buy back just those 3,000 within the next couple of days. So the price has dropped below what I sold them for, but I'm thinking it might drop a little bit more over the next kind of couple of days. So I'm just holding off on that. If I don't buy back by next week, then I'll update the kind of figures to reflect that, but it was just a very kind of short-term swing trade, so I've just left it as it is for now. NeoGas, same amount as always, that sort of 0.36, mark, worth $1.92. No stake for BeanCash this week. We're on a local wallet now. Up until 2 weeks ago, we were pool staking, which meant we received less coins, but we did receive coins on a daily basis. Now, since we've moved back into the wallet, we've had 2 weeks where we've received a stake each week, 1,000 coins for each stake on BeanCash if you stake with a local wallet. The expected time is around 7 days, so it does mean that we will have the occasional kind of week where we miss stakes, so that's a bit unfortunate, probably worth about $3, so that's pushed the total amounts down. SmartCash, 162.44, worth $3.50. Linda, just under 2,200, worth $2.64. Akroma, 59.4, worth $2.86. PIVX, decent week for PIVX, 0.38, worth 50 cents. Shard, 8.41 shard, worth 39 cents. And finally, Vulcano at the bottom, that was our airdropped coin on my node pool. That's 17.77 coins worth 21 cents. So that's a grand total of $18.24. As I said, that's down a bit, really largely just due to this BeanCash not receiving a stake. We would have been back well over the $20 if it wasn't for that. But yeah, unfortunately down into the 18s. First time we've been down into the 18s. That will undoubtedly pick up next week. We are due our monthly smart rewards within SmartCash, so they come out on the 25th, and if we do get a BeanCash stake, that should push us up to the sort of $30 mark, something like that next week. So total worth is up about $600 on last week. I think we were down at 8.3. Let's have a quick glance. Yeah, so 8.340, and we're now up at 8.995. So $650 up, something like that. It's been a decent week across the board. I think everything here is up apart from SmartCash. SmartCash is pretty much where it was last week, but everything up a little bit. It's been a reasonable week across the markets this week. And then jumping over to the profit, you can see here the amount of Syndicate has gone up by about $1, and the amount of Akroma, we sold those about $15 worth of Akroma this week. And if we have a look at the return on investment here, we can see with the exception of Neutron, which is still performing appallingly, but we did buy near that kind of all-time high. Everything else is improving a little bit. We're up about 2% on our overall return on investment. But some of the coins, like PIVX, was down about 30%, now down to only 18% down. It's only a small amount of money compared to some of the others. But yeah, it's been performing pretty well this last week or so, as has stuff like Linda's had a pretty decent week as well, and some of the other coins as well. So overall, sort of heading in the right direction. Let's take a quick glance at the graphs. So you can see here, pretty poor staking week. We're down at the sort of $28 odd mark. It's our worst week ever, but we have been benefited a little bit the last few weeks with a BeanCash stake, and then here we had the spike up from the SmartCash, which we will see again next week. And then if we look at the total amount, we can see we're up a bit on last week, basically where we were a couple of weeks ago. We're still hovering around these kind of all-time lows. We're off of where we were in week 23 and 24, and then last week when we had that really rapid kind of pullback. So we're up a little bit on that, but we're still hovering around this kind of really kind of like slow kind of bottom end of the kind of market. I don't think things are going to be falling too much further. I've been saying this for kind of a few weeks, and we have really for the last 2 or 3 months been trickling around along the kind of bottom. There seems to be a bit of a base that we're hitting for most coins now. Certainly because they tie into Bitcoin's price so kind of readily. We're seeing that kind of Bitcoin around above that sort of 6,000, really around the sort of 6,500. We've seen a bit of some swings sort of within that sort of kind of range, but nothing really that makes us look as if we're going to be breaking out of it anytime soon. That kind of like descending kind of wedge or descending kind of triangle is kind of tightening. We've been breaking a little bit up and down and kind of above it, but then settling back into that kind of trend. So really waiting for something dramatic to happen in the markets, a big swing to the upside, or even a big kind of crash, which personally I don't see. But yeah, we're trickling along now, and you know, looking forward to a big drive up in the kind of markets where we can get back up to these kind of levels. Now, it's not to say that all these kind of coins will kind of pick up. There's a lot of coins here which are very low cap kind of coins, which are kind of more risky, but you know, certainly I think with a drive up in the market, we'll see stuff like kind of, you know, Neo and things like that, you know, kind of like take a big drive back upward in price. Anyway, that's it for this week. I do have a few more videos coming this week, so thanks for bearing with me during this kind of difficult time where I haven't been able to get a lot done. But thanks very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how your staking's going, if you've got any more coins. People do recommend coins. I do always have a look at the coins you've recommended. There's a load of coins I would like to add to this experiment, but it's really just a case of, you know, there's only so many coins I can kind of hold. There are some really good coins. People suggest some really good stuff, so I will be looking to maybe switch things up. I might, you know, when we see a bit of an upturn and we can get out of this kind of market, I might look to kind of rebalance my kind of staking and kind of Masternodes portfolio a little bit in the coming months. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you on the next video, but have a great day. Bye bye.